All right, welcome back to Musician's Edition. Today we are looking at number 132 in our snare drum book. What we see here in this piece is we have a whole bunch of flams, right? If it weren't for the flams, the rhythms in this piece would be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? There's one that's a little bit tricky, but other than that, it's really about the flams, right? So we want to think about working on our flams kind of outside of this context a little bit and see if we can kind of clean those up and make them really, really comfortable before we come to this piece and have to use them a whole bunch, right? So I've got my practice pad set up here, and we're going to start by playing some flams on this practice pad, right? And we've done flams on here before, but just to recap, a flam is a little note and a big note that happen at the same time, right? And because the little note because the little note is closer to the surface, it's going to make contact before the big note, right? Now, at different dynamic levels, the difference is going to be a little bit different, so you can have to manipulate the timing of it just a little to get the sound that you want. But for the most part, we're going to start with our left hand really low and our right hand really high, right? And we're going to play a full stroke with our right hand all the way down and back up. We're going to play a tap with our left hand and keep it low, okay? So that's going to be our single hand flam here, right? So let's try a few of those. Okay? And the reverse of that is we're going to lift our left hand high and keep our right hand low. Okay? So we would call this a left-handed flam. If our right hand plays the big note, it's a right-handed flam. Left hand plays the big note, it's a left-hand flam. Okay? So let's try a few on the left with the right hand nice and low. We're going to play a full stroke with the left hand and a nice low tap with the right hand. Okay? And put those together. I'm going to flip this practice pad over. This specific practice pad I have here is really nice because it has kind of a soft, like kind of quieter side, more bouncy side. It also has a side that's a little harder, so it has a little bit less bounce, but it also lets you hear your sound a little more clearly. So I like to use that side sometimes, especially with things like flams, so I can really hear the distance between the two notes that I have, okay? So I'm going to play a few of those same flams, but on the hard side of the practice pad, so we can really hear the distance between the two notes of the flam, okay? So I'm going to start with my right hand up, left hand down, and play a few of those. And then switch and play them on the left hand. All right? Now when we talk about flams, we kind of have to find a Goldilocks, like happy distance between the two notes. That's what our ear wants to hear, right? We can play flams really open with the first note a long way from the primary note. Right? Or we can play them really, really close where they're basically hitting at the same time. Okay? And then we can put them right in between that, which is usually about where we want our flams to be. So we can put that into an exercise where we play 4 really open flams, really wide spread apart flams, and then play 4 really closed flams where our sticks are hitting at the same time. And then we're going to play 4 right in the middle and see if we can kind of split the difference and get kind of the ideal flam sound. Okay? So we'll start with really open flams, really closed flams, and then right in the middle. All right, now let's do the same thing on the left hand. So really wide open flams, closed, and in the middle. And you can hear there's some variation in mine too. I need to practice those a little bit more, especially on the left hand. Right, but if you can really control how open or closed your flams are in that way, where you can kind of play each extreme, and then you can play in the middle, that will help a lot whenever you start playing flams and you're listening to your sound and you want to manipulate the space between your flams, then you kind of have already practiced doing that, right? So really good exercise. Another way we can practice flams is to alternate them, right? Sometimes I call this a windshield wiper because our hands are going to go like this, right? So when we play the primary note with one hand, we're going to leave it down, and then we're going to lift the hand that plays the little note so that we're prepped for the flam on the other side, like that. Okay? And then once we get here, we're in position to play a flam with the other hand, and then we're going to do the exact opposite, right? We're going to lift the little note, leave the big note down. Then we can go back and forth like this. Okay? And then we can use this sticking with that same exercise we did a minute ago, right? This is kind of tough. We're going to play 4 open flams alternating, and then 4 closed flams, sticks hitting at the same time, and then 4 flams in between. Okay, so we'll start with open, and then closed, and then in between. Okay? And then practicing those couple of different things there, right? Single hand flams on each side, and then alternating flams, and then do them with open, closed, and in between will give you a lot of flexibility and a lot of control over your flams, so that when we apply it to this piece, you'll be able to manipulate the sound in the way that you want it. Okay, so now that we practiced some flams, let's go through and play just the rhythm and take all the flams out. Don't play any of the flams, okay? Just so we can feel really, really comfortable about the rhythm of this piece. And then we'll come back in and layer in the flams that we already, the flams that we've already kind of been working on, right? So we'll start with, you see there are 2 pickup notes from the bass drum, right? We're gonna ignore that for today. But if you play this in a full band context, you'll wanna make sure that you remember that the bass drum's gonna come in 2 beats before you start, right? But then in that first measure, you see we have 1 and, rest on 2, and 3 and 4, right? 1 and 3 and 4, okay? And then we have rest, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Rest, 2 and 3, rest, and then we have the same rhythm that we had in measure 1, 1 and rest, and 3 and 4, and then again rest, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, rest, 2 and 3, 4. Now you see where we just ended is the end of the first ending, right? The number 1 with the bracket around it and the repeat sign. So at that point we would go all the way back to the very beginning, and then we would play measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then when we get to where we see the number 1, right, instead of playing where the number 1 is, we're going to jump to the number 2, right? That takes us to our second ending, okay? So let's play this whole thing all the way through with the repeat, with the first and second ending. No flams, just the rhythm, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 3 and 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, rest. 1 and 3 and 4, rest. Rest. Repeat. 1 and 3 and 4. One and 3 and 4, rest. 2, 3. Now go to the second ending. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so that gives us an idea of the rhythm of the piece, and it gives us the form as well. The first ending, the repeat back to the beginning, and the second ending, right? So now all we have to do is take the flams and apply it to what we just did, okay? So there's a couple of spots that are a little bit tricky. For instance, if we look at the second ending, right, we have flam and 2 flam, 3 and flam and, okay? There's 2 ways to play this. One, we can just alternate our hands all the way through. So we can play a right hand flam, left right, left hand flam, right left, right hand flam, left, and then our last note could be a right hand flam, right? That would be like the alternated sticking version of that. It looks like this: right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay? Another way to play this is to play all the flams on the right hand. So that would be something like flam, left, left, flam, left, left, flam, left, flam. Right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. And you see when I play it that way, my left hand is going to play all of the eighth notes, right? Okay? So depending on the tempo, the left hand version might be a little bit more consistent because you're playing all the flams on the same hand, right? Sometimes it's a good choice if the tempo is a little bit slower and you can keep up with playing all the eighth notes on your left hand. If the tempo is a little bit faster, then you can play the alternated sticking, which kind of gives you a little bit more wiggle room in terms of like the logistics of your hands, okay? So for today, I'm gonna play the alternated version, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, for those, okay? You'll also see that the first ending is very similar, it's just a little bit shorter, right? We have flam and 2, flam, 3, and flam, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very similar sticking, just we stop on beat 4 instead of playing the extra eighth note like we did in the second ending, okay? Again, you can play that all the flams on the right hand, all the eighth notes on the left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right. That would work too, okay? Either way is totally cool. And you see measure 1, 2, 3 is the exact same thing as the first measure of the second ending. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, all right? So then the other spots where there's flams, there are just 3 in a row after a quarter rest, right? That happens to measure right before the first ending, and it also happens in measure 2, right? Rest, flam, flam, flam. A lot of times in a passage like that, where the rhythm is moving a little bit slower, it's better to just play consecutive flams, right? Which is the one I'm gonna play today. You could also do right, left, right, okay? Just the danger with that is sometimes our left hand flams might sound a little bit different than our right hand flams. Hopefully not if we practiced our alternating flams enough. But they can, and so you know the right hand only version tends to be a little bit more consistent, okay? The only other place that we have flams is in measure 1 and measure 5, right? And that flam is just on beat 1. Flam and 3 and 4, right? Flam and 3 and 4. 1 and 3 and 4. Okay? So now that we've kind of pieced that all together, let's play it one time all the way through on the practice pad, and then we'll get rid of the practice pad and play it on the drum so we hear what that sounds like as well, okay? So here we go, all the way through with the flams, with the repeats, and everything. 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat. Into the second ending. Okay, so that's on the practice pad. Now let's take that off and we'll play it one time on the drum. One thing that you can listen for is, and to be really careful with, is to try not to accent the flams, right? A lot of times, especially if we've been kind of playing it on a practice pad and the volume's not that much different, when we apply it to the drum, we might hear ourselves going, right? But it's not written that way, right? If it was written that way, the flams would have accents over them. So we want to try to blend them in dynamically as much as we can. And it's just a change in sound quality and not a change in dynamic, okay? So here we go, one time all the way through on the drum. And 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so that's number 132. I like to practice quite a bit on a practice pad, but then also make sure that you practice quite a bit on the drum as well, because they feel just a little bit different. But sometimes that difference in feel can be really helpful with your hands. The difference in the sound and the difference in the way it feels, it can be really helpful in making those little adjustments in your flams to get them to sound just right, okay? So have fun with that. Spend a lot of time practicing your flams before you apply it to the piece, right? Remember, walk through the steps that we did and break everything down. Make everything comfortable before you kind of throw it all together. All right? Happy practicing. I'll see you next time.